There's new Ihlo. It feels like just a couple weeks ago when we got Empire, like these guys are just firing straight back into it. Like with Black Orchid Empire, I felt like I was waiting forever for that second single. I wasn't even sure if we were gonna get one because they haven't released like an announcement for an album or anything. But we got Legacy coming out at the end of August and they're jumping straight into a second single. It's not as long as Empire, which I expected because over 7 minutes for a single is pretty long nowadays, but we've still got one just over 5, which is pretty decent length. We got another fresh video, everything, good looking visuals, good looking quality. The song's called Replica, and I'm excited for this one because their first album was so massive. And maybe that's why they're just firing straight into everything so much. They're just like, man, it was so long since our debut that we want to just like get as much stuff out as possible. And I hope they're proud of all of this, and I hope this album is a mature step forward for the band. I'm impatient and excited for this, so we're going to keep the intro short and sweet, and we're going to check out that new Ihlo track. Let's go. Replica from their new album, Legacy.
Alien thoughts in me, static and noise.
This has a very standard Ihlo, like somber kind of tone to it. Already an intro.
I know it's taking control of me.
Ooh.
Fall in line. We'll give way.
The synths are such a key part of their sound. Always different, unique textures and styles, but that washed out kind of pad feels like longing. Beautiful warmth added with that. Slam? Oh. I'm glad they kept it soft. Oh. What even was that? That cool little sound effect there. Tight groove again, but a slower builder. Like has a similar cadence to Empire and that drums intro here. Another super tight groove in the hi-hats. It's wedged in that pocket. Dude, I heard it pick up there. That effect is so cool. I can't tell if that's bass or synth or what's going on there. It's gotta be a synth. Great transition piece. God, their tone only got better. Like, do you hear that guitar tone there? Oh shit. Huh? Whoa. Oh yeah. Oh. Call it a day, lads. Wow.
Every move I make in pain and die.
Oh. God, these guys are achieving a new level here. I even think the melodies are better in this song so far. More captivating vocally, which I've been looking for with them. Oh. Oh. Can you stop, bro? Grooves this tight are not there. Wow. God, that was the quickest 5 minutes of my damn life, bro. Jesus Christ. Wow. I'll come back to it. I think I need to afford that another listen. That's the best song I've heard from Ihlo so far. Through both albums, I think they're just taking it to a whole nother level here. That was so incredibly tight. It's not even funny. I think this is going to be a pretty straightforward review because really what's not to like about that song, man? That was such a banger. Everything that was put into that, just like something about it really clicked for me. I think it was an interesting structure because there really wasn't that much that repeated or sections that were called back to in the song, but everything made sense and it felt like it was in the proper order. Like everything was really cohesive that was there, even if it was very different from the other sections. There are a lot of contrasting moments, but again, I feel like it has a very cohesive sound, which means, it's a very realized song. I can tell there's been a lot of love put into this one over a long period of time, for sure. While primarily it is a heavy track for sure, probably the heaviest in their catalog, there's such great attention to detail again. I think the thing that stands out the most in the whole track for me really is that little synth line thing, the kind of sprawling, strange sci-fi sound effect that kind of came up in the back of the mix. They used it twice there at the beginning of the song as a transition piece. And I feel like it just built that crescendo up a little bit to make those transitions more smooth than just going straight in and, like raising all the dynamics and everything, those kind of cut and paste transitions that I don't really care for. I think that took it out of the mix and added something, some real depth to it that really worked. It was a beautiful little flavor, just like a nice little bit of seasoning here and there that just spiced up the track in a beautiful way. And obviously we're here for the riffs, and they delivered better than they ever have. Those breakdowns in the middle did not disappoint. I needed something like that all year, and it was just so satisfying to the ear. Everything, the syncopation, the way they built up to it with those kind of like 16th note triplets hammering down on the double bass, just such a full sound. And the guitar tone, the bass tone together, so beautiful, so beautifully sandwiched. I think, as I mentioned in my Empire reaction, the mix and the production on Union was so good. It was almost too perfect for me and too glossy, especially in the drums. They almost felt robotic and kind of void of a bit of human nature to them in a way, and a bit of just like maybe an emotional depth. And they're just felt so quantized to perfection that felt like I needed a little bit more life in them. And the production is deeper and meatier here. It's still so clean and so modern, but I think they took a little bit of that kind of trebled punch out of it, and feels a little bit more human, a little bit more manageable, but it still hits so hard, and the production is just perfect. It's exactly what I want for them with this sound. It sounds so good in headphones. I think this is one of my new favorites of the year, and it's nice to get something that heavy that delivers on all these different levels, because we still had that slower build up, those kind of somber, warm synth tones that I was talking about, into the groove that feels more reminiscent of Empire. The vocals, I think, also got better on this track than we've heard in the past. I think he's getting more comfortable singing more passionately and more powerfully over these much heavier sections, because I know they've said this album is going to be a lot heavier. I'm really seeing it now. I'm really believing that. He sounds a lot more like he's coming into his own these vocals. And as always, the synths are just such a key part of their sound. So I don't really have anything else to say about this because I have no complaints, no constructive criticisms or feedback. I think this is a fantastic song. That one took me off to a whole different place. That was unbelievable. Huge shout out to Ihlo for this one, and couldn't be more excited for this album now. I can't wait for the end of August. But let me know what you guys thought of the track and if you prefer it to Empire or not, like me, how it compares to their old stuff. What a serious banger, man. And I'll see you guys next time.